little bit about me. Guys, I am Kiara. I am 27 years old. I'm a mom of a boy, and he is almost 7 years old in November. And outside of that identity, I kind of lost myself being a mom. And so I started to connect with nature. It was one of my forms of just, outlet that I kind of put my all into to escape the world in certain areas when it was too dark. I created this place inside myself where I just had like a drive, like motivation almost, I want to say, to achieve more and do more. And I just wasn't sure what exactly it was. I just knew that like I had a calling and I knew I needed to go somewhere and do something, but I was just totally unsure of it for so long. And that's what led me back to Christ. I ended up just feeling so lost in an atmosphere of so many moving parts that I wanted to gain control of my life in some way or aspect. And so I started connecting, pieces of this world to myself to try and find myself through those sources, and it obviously was not happening. It's when I kept hitting rock bottom before I decided to say, okay, well, I give up. I'm no longer in control. I was born and raised a Christian, and I have morals and values and a foundation to come back to, and I just need to remember that that's who I am at my core. It opens up my mind to receiving Jesus and what he has for me and his plan and his path for me, rather than the one that I thought I was going to create. I'm shifting the ball a little bit, and I'm not going full Jesus girl on you. I'm not like the perfect one who thinks, like I do no wrong. I've done a lot of wrong, and I have made a lot of mistakes, and I can't say that any of those mistakes I would take back. Because of those mistakes, I am who I am today, and I've become the woman I am today, and I'm proud of that. And I think, when you really come to the point of fully understanding yourself after being so lost for so many years, it's just, you find yourself, and it's like no one can take that away from you. And I found myself through Christ, and that's never going to be taken from me. And the one thing I always feel like my ground's ripped underneath me, and I just want solid ground to stand on. That was one of my main things, like I always talked about with my friends. And I never really realized that it wasn't a physical aspect that I was asking for, moving from apartment to apartment, and then with family, and then back into my places of my own, and struggling to find places because of dogs and rent prices, and it was just insanity. And I thought I needed that physical grounding to be able to call home, and it was the emotional aspect of having the grounding to come home to. And that's my salvation, that's my faith in Christ, and that's being who I am today with him carrying me through, because I don't know how I would have made it through everything that I've been through had he not been watching over me through it all.